Bison men's basketball ended up the regular season with a very tough road trip. They come away with 2 losses, one at South Dakota State, one at Denver. We're pleased to welcome to the set assistant coach Freddy Coleman. David Richmond is out recruiting. It's a nonstop job for you guys, isn't it? Always on the road, even if you're not playing games.
Around the clock. That's fun. It's this time of the year that we all love getting to, and it's part of the job.
How about this weekend? So Thursday at South Dakota State, always a very tough place to play. They'd won 27 games in a row at home. Before the game, you learn that Kai Cabela's can't go. Paul Miller's already out, so you're down a couple of men going into that South Dakota State game. Next
man up, right? We talk about it all the time, and that happens with every sport, and especially this time of the year when it's a grind. But we go out and play. And, South Dakota State, you say their name, and since I've been here, they're a tough, gritty group, and they always do it the right way. And we went out there and we talk about finishing, and I don't think that there's a lot of possessions that we didn't finish. We got a couple guys going early that got some confidence. Carlin Dupree in particular made some shots, got to the rim when we needed them to. But at the end of the day, I think it came down to finishing.
This Denver game then, the seedings really didn't matter. Everything was already in place. So you turn around the back end of a road trip like that. And Denver did not have a game on Thursday, so they set on you for a week, and that was an advantage for Denver, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And Denver is a tough prep. Just what they do offensively. You can have your scout team run it the way that they do it, but with the pace that they play at and the type of players that they have, it's hard to mimic. And they're a really good jump shooting team. I think they shot 10 of 17 from 3. Got going a little bit in the first half, and when you get a team comfortable, they're hard to stop. We had a couple scoring droughts in between as well, but they're a really good team that plays with really good pace. And we were on our heels a little bit. We were trying to fight back later into that game and just didn't get it done.
So you finish 8-8 in Summit League play. That's good for the 5 seed. You're in that 4-5 game now. But first, let's talk about the preparation now. So the guys play Saturday, return on Sunday. You have full 7 days before that game. What is this week going to be like for you guys?
We're taking today, Monday off. Tomorrow we'll do some small shooting groups, kind of get them going again. And then we'll start and do our prep. Like I said, it's a longer week. We're both sitting on each other a little bit, but it's, obviously playing each other twice in the conference year. It's really nice to kind of go back and look at that tape and some things that you can correct. The 2015-16 year, it's interesting, because you have 3 different seasons into that year. You have your non-conference schedule, you have your conference schedule, and then you have your postseason schedule. And the luxury about that is you start 0-0 every time you start those new seasons. And, all you need is 3 games. It's easy to say that, but those 3 games are huge. And everybody knows that this could possibly be the last time they put on their team's jersey. So we have to go out there and finish. And if we go out there and do the things that we're capable of doing, that we can see on flashes, I think we can be okay.
Before we break down this IUPUI matchup even further, Kai Cabela's, Paul Miller both played at Denver. So for Paul, that was really big to get some rust off. Kai only missed 1 game. They both got a sizable amount of minutes. That's valuable going into this week. And how do you expect those guys to respond?
Absolutely. And the biggest thing for that Denver game is for them to get their motors start going and their gears grinding again. It's different, right? We can talk about it. We can sit there and watch film. We can get a lot of shots up. But when you're in the game, the lights are on, it's just a different thing. So for them to get some game time experience and to shake some of that rust off, I think it helped us going forward. Now, Kai and Paul together, I think we're 3 of 16 from the field. 2 guys that are going to play heavy minutes for us. So those are going to be 2 guys that we're not going to have to say much to get into the gym. They're very heady players and hard workers, and they want to be better than anybody else wants them to be. So they're going to work hard. I know they will, putting time and effort into the gym. But to get some of that stuff going again, going into this weekend is going to be huge.
For the fans, this IUPUI matchup was crazy in both games. So at Indy, up 10, they put on a press, suddenly go on a 12-0 run, lose that game by 1 point. At Fargo, up 15, and back they came again. What do you remember from these 2 matchups that you can take into this 3rd matchup?
Well, they're a tough team. They're very, very well balanced. They got, 1 guy in Combs who can really score it at a high level. They have a whole bunch of other guys that can score in different ways that you have to be aware of. This is a personnel game, and we have to guard personnel the way that we know how to guard them. They do a lot of stuff with ball screens, and they have a lot of guys that can play downhill and score in different ways. And when you have a really balanced scoring team like that, they're hard to defend, and you just can't let them get comfortable early. But it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a close game. You know, in both games, like you said, we lost by 1 at their place, won by 4 at our place, and history shows it's going to be another close one.
Jason Gardner's done a good job there, a great job there. A lot of transfers. Darrell Combs is one of those. He's a guy that can really take it to the rim. They got the glue guy with Barksdale. They kind of have all the pieces, and they won't back down either. So you're right, it is going to be a battle, isn't it?
Absolutely. Coach Gardner's done an absolutely phenomenal job doing what he's done there. But they have, you know, Barksdale, who's their senior leader, who is, from what I hear, is about as good a person as you can be, and he's just that glue guy. And you need guys like that to win postseason games. But they're starting to put some pieces around him to really, you know, excel and get to that next level. And, you know, like I said, the coaching staff is doing a phenomenal job, and it should be a fun game.
All the years you and I have been around the Summit League, you as a player, now as a coach, and I've been to every Summit League tournament so far. This field this year is a little different. Every year you had, you know, the Oakland teams with Benson. You knew they were going to be a juggernaut. Early it was Oral Roberts, then the Bison, South Dakota State occasionally. This year, there isn't really a clear-cut favorite, is it? It's kind of a wide-open field.
There really is. And to be honest with you, if you're in the tournament, you got a chance to win it. Yeah. And if any year, this is the year to say that. You know, there's so much parity, and you go back and you look at conference games, and throughout the games, you know, us coaches are sitting there following, you know, Team A playing Team B as we're getting ready to play our game. And, you know, all those games are coming down to possessions, you know, 5, 4, 3 possession games. And it can go either way, you know, whether you're the 1 seed or, you know, the 9 seed. I mean, that's just how it works. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun and interesting. And March is, in our profession, is the greatest month of the year.
Yep.
And for some kids, it's December when Christmas comes around, but this is our Christmas. So we're really looking forward to getting down to Sioux Falls and just to see what everything has to come together.
Best of luck to you and the guys in the Summit League tournament.
I appreciate it, Jim. Thanks.
All right, and the Midcoast Sports Network will have Sunday night's game, ESPN3 as well. The Bison Radio Network will be all fired up, and of course, if we win that game, Monday night would be the same. Tuesday night moves to national TV. It's a fun time of year. The Bison will tee it up 6 p.m. Central Time Sunday night. Enjoy this March, everybody. Have a great week.